Welcome to the show today, fellas. Before I begin, let me talk about the trolling that's going on right now. As you know, the MIG Towers and the TFLers, the incels, all ganged up to troll the channel. Now, there is a belief that thumb downs do not affect a channel, but that's actually not true. Remember, I study YouTube marketing a lot. I watch all the experts' videos that come out on ranking videos. Here's how you got to look at it. Google actually owns, I don't know if you guys know that, but Google actually owns YouTube. They bought YouTube some time ago. And Google is in the business of providing good information. They want their searchers to find what they want to find, the information they want to find. Otherwise, they don't have a business. That's why they're really hard on internet marketers. A lot of these marketers were just, they're trash. Fuck. I'm like one of the few decent people in that industry. These guys are spammers, scammers, but that's what Google was up against, was the spammers and scammers. So when a video gets a lot of negative views, there's got to be a balance. They want to see some positive and some negatives. That's a good balance. Of course, more positive than negatives. Okay. So that's why, some people think that negatives doesn't really affect it. But they want them to get good information. Remember, Google actually bought YouTube. So the same thing applies. So they want to deliver videos that aren't spam and scam and all that kind of shit. And give the people, because many of you don't know this, but YouTube is the number 2 search engine. What is number 1? Google. Who owns YouTube? Google. So YouTube is actually the number 2 search engine. It's also the number 2 website. Number 3 is Facebook. Okay. So there are a lot of people, that say, thumb downs don't really matter. They actually do matter. They've gotten bad information, or they're not looking at the big picture. So that's why it's important that you always thumb up a video. And I've been meaning to start you guys doing that a long time ago. And I should have. Okay. My fear is always coming off like an internet marketer. That's why I don't email you guys very much when I should be doing that. As they explained to me, you have products that people need help with. You should be telling them about that. And stop trying to be this Mr. Nice guy. I don't sell to my guys, dude. And the way they put it, you got stuff that can help them. Let them know about it. So as I'm learning these lessons the hard way, and it's been a hard journey too, I am going to start changing the way I do business. Okay? Right now I turned it off, just give it a little break for a little while. And keep thumbing up though. If you ever get a chance to thumb it up. Thumb up. Always thumb up. Okay? And make a comment. That's the big thing right there, is the comments though. A video gets a lot of comments. They can't read the comments though, but they see a lot of activity on the video. That means it sends out what's called a social signal. That means the video is generally a lot of activity around it, and that's what they really want to see. So negative thumb downs are actually good. I said that on my old channel. Okay. But when it becomes so many of them that it overbalances the positive, then that's not good. They never should overbalance the positive. And that's what people forget to see. Okay? So make sure you thumb up this video. Jayon, I just found an old message from you. Growing up with racism, I was always the butt of the joke. I even participated in making myself look like an ass because I was conditioned into thinking that was normal. And that's not normal, Jayon. You wanted to fit in, and you became a suck-up to the dominant society around you. Now I choose to be above all that. There are millions of different factors to a person, and race is probably the least relevant. Actually, you're wrong on that. Remember, you're young, and you're the guy that put Rainbow Bright on his arm. Race is actually very important in the world. Going for a job, Imagine if you were black. I don't know if you're socially aware of how black folks are treated. Imagine a black guy with dreads going in for a job in an office. What do you think the person hiring him, which more than likely is going to be a white woman, older white woman, who does HR hiring him, what do you think she's going to think? She's going to have a negative thought, obviously. So race is very important. A lot of people hate that, what's that thing where they, Jovina. Oh, it's called affirmative action. But unfortunately, if the dominant society were decent all around, wouldn't need affirmative action. But unfortunately, there's, the negative people within the dominant society. It's just fucking shame when I think about it that you gotta have a law to have people treated equally for a job, and then they gotta have a quota. All because there are people that, aren't that good of people. They judge by the skin tone. So anyway, relevant to what makes a person good or bad. Yeah, I agree with that though. Race is probably least relevant to what makes a person good or bad. People should be judged by their actions, Martin, and their intentions put behind them. Exactly. I agree with that also. If people aren't ready to accept that the truth, they are simply too stupid to be saved. Luckily, the tables are turning and racism is fading. That it's not. It's actually gotten worse since Obama's been in office. Way worse. Okay. Rom Wills, he liked my video on what do women like in men. That's going to be one of my marketing videos that I'm going to use to start marketing the channel. It says, powerful video. You break things down to their pure essence. That's the way I do it. I do teach the truth. James T. What advice do you have for someone ending a long-term relationship and getting back into the game? I think my strategy will be to throw up some crafted online profiles, hit a couple clubs on the weekends, and maybe you got the right plan. Happy hour bars on weekdays. But would like to know what you think. I'm thinking exactly what you're thinking. Also, what do you think is the best way to break it off? Oh, so you haven't ended the whole thing, huh? You got to sit down and say, we can't be together anymore. I don't know what's causing this. I like to replace them, before I end it. So you might want to start doing that now, and then sit her down maybe at the end of the week and say, hey, we can't be together anymore. Let's see, James T. Those creeps came to my channel and started talking crap. Yeah, James, I went to your channel and saw that. That's a guy that I already banned. In fact, I think he was a dude that was buying thumb downs. Yeah, that's that guy who was the troll. And what set him off was a recent video that I did. Before that, he had kind of gotten all passive. But these people hate to be reminded of themselves. They hate for the light of awareness to be shined on them because he's got to look at himself, and he realizes he's not doing so well as a man. So me reminding him of that sets him off. Remember, they're wacko inside. Anybody that would pay $5, that's a pretty crazy motherfucker. And YouTube is fucking amazing. How many weird, creepy people there are out there. I just watched a video of a dude. Someone, I was on my forum. Some crazy guy walking around with a camera. I showed it to Jovina. She's like, what the fuck? He was, and he goes, I don't take that one. I don't take that one. Don't take that one. And then he followed this girl, and she called 911 on him. He said, I was just going to try and say hello or something like that. Long hair. You look at his original profile photo. He had short hair. White guy. Short hair. Nice haircut. And then he grew his hair long. Look, he's off his meds. And he's trolling like mostly Asian chicks. You know, he need to be on something. I don't want to post the video here, but I'll put it on my my website. I'll post one of his videos. Take a look at this dude. Take a fucking look at this dude. That's YouTubers.
He's every woman's nightmare.
He looked like he has a raper van somewhere.
Probably.
And he cuts them up, eats them.
It's very creepy.
That was the creepiest PUA. I don't think it's PUA. He's just some crazy guy running up the streets who saw some PUA videos and trying the shit.
It's definitely cuckoo.
Watch the video, Phils. All you guys, watch the video. You'll be amazed. And then I think of the guy that's, doing the troll on the channel, the other guys who were in with it. Whew.
Anybody who's normal will see something wrong with it.
Let's see. Lamar Jacob, 53 dislikes. Wow. Didn't know it was that many. Brother Knowledge, once again, Supreme is the man. Looking for some questions, man. Lemond Ass. Good stuff, Supreme. I now understand what you're talking about, Cool Teddy. You're saying you just made a comment. I wasn't quite paying the right attention. I thought you, I didn't know what you're saying, actually. Your country accent, it throws me off. The way you guys talk in Louisiana. I recognize the pitch of the voice because my ex-wife's father has that same pitch. And, yeah. If you run the Jacksons down there, that's her family. All right. See a bit. All right. I want to talk about process today because that's a video I'm going to post on my forum. One of the fellas was asking me about to look at his internet dating, one of his POF contacts, so he cut and paste the whole thing. And the only thing I noticed was he's trying to rush it. A lot of guys do try to rush the game. And in the video I'm going to upload, I had some free time on the webinar, so I start talking about that. And I'm going to actually cut that up and use that for my podcast show today, or one of them. Anyway, a long time ago, we were doing a road trip going up to, I think it was the one time we went to Oregon. And I got my first speeding ticket. I was flying around, I was focused on getting from point A to point B. Because I knew I had a lot of miles to get down, and I had to walk them down, So I was focused on driving and getting to where I had to go. And I got that ticket. And I realized, that's probably a warning. I probably would have killed myself on these mountain curves up here. I was way up in Northern California. And I started slowing down, so I slowed down after that. And I started enjoying the process, the trip. I started noticing all the, the beauty of the mountains and the trees and all that. If you've ever been in the California, Oregon area, there's on 101, when you come around the bend, on 101 and the ocean opens up, that is a beautiful view. I think I talked about that before. So I started enjoying the process. Then I realized, more people should slow down and enjoy the process. And that's what I want to pass on to you today, fellas. Slow your game down and enjoy the process. Stop focusing on the end. The end is getting the pussy for you guys. For me, the end is actually owning. But for you guys, who are bottom up players, just getting the panties. Or you daters, just getting the panties. Same thing. You get so focused on that you seem like you're rushing the chick. You're trying to bum rush her in the bed. And that's going to turn a lot of girls off. Girls go to bed with guys because the guy made them feel a certain way. Okay? You got to make her feel a certain way. You got to make her feel comfortable. You got to make her feel sexy. You got to make her feel horny. Comfortable, sexy, and horny. Okay? Do those three things and she's she'll go to bed with you. As long as you can elicit those feelings within her. Put the feelings in her. So, you guys who are rushing, you learn some kind of scientific formula or something like that, rocket science shit, and you're rushing from A to B instead of enjoying the process. Many of you guys don't even like girls. I'm getting the idea. You don't really like women. And that's not good. Because you're not going to enjoy the process unless you actually enjoy women. Unless you enjoy their little cute voices, their little mannerisms, their smiles, their softness, when they look you in the eyes, that little look. You got to start loving women, enjoying women. Learn to enjoy the time you're with them. Okay? You do that and she'll respond with the same type of emotions of enjoying the time she's with you. Stop trying to bum rush them to bed because you want to also focus on getting her life story. Now, this fella that I did the consultation on was not even focused on her life story. He was doing banter. Banter is okay. That's, you talk back and forth, say a few cute things and back and forth, try to be cute. Instead of doing that and also getting her life story. And also eliciting feelings. So he was focused on getting the number and then getting the date. Gotta get to number A. Gotta get to B. And that's my objection to the whole PUA system. If they roboticize the whole thing. Instead of teach guys to actually learn to be around women. Teach guys to have the right kind of confidence and have the right kind of communication skills. Because what put them and you guys watching me in this is because your social skills suck ass. Many guys do not play a sport. And that's where young males learn to be a team player. They also develop their social skills on the field. Okay, the social skills go up because you got to interact with other team members. You become the popular kid, so you start talking to people. You become one of the jocks on the campus. Many of you guys were gamers in this generation. Gamers. That's all you did was just these huge, big, fat thumbs. Programmers. So you didn't develop the right social skills. And women are like this foreign object to you. You don't know how to handle them. You don't know how to be around them. And that's what's sad. You got to learn to enjoy the whole seduction process because women like players because we make that seduction process easy and fun and enjoyable. Someone told me that a long time ago. The German girl, Tanya. She enjoys the process of seduction. She's observing it. She knows what's going on. And most women do. They like a good seducer. Because we make it fun for them. We get them to relax and be themselves. Most of you guys, when you go on a date with a girl, you're all uptight. Especially my Caucasian viewers. You guys got to really relax a bit and chill out. You guys are uptight. She's a woman. She got to act like a woman. She can't. Ooh, excuse me. Oh God, she burped. She can't relax and be herself around you. Because you put her up on this pedestal of woman. Think about what it's like in bed. That sucks. I've always let women relax. And one thing that W Dating Guy did good was try to invoke the idea that, treat like your fat, like a bratty little sister, he said, I think. Not necessarily like a sister, but treat her so that she, I don't mind grabbing a girl headlock, you get a little noogie going on, or, I used to, hey, you got something on your shirt. Oh, my brothers always did that. Flipping lips, being playful. But that's my nature. As you see, when I interact with Giovanna, I'm always playful. That's who I am. I want this pimp cold dude, ice cold, nerd nonsense. My name's Pimp Ice or some shit. I used to see these screen names from these nerds. Ice cold. They would talk about, I'm trying to be ice cold with this bitch. No. What woman's going to get turned on by a cold piece of shit? They get turned on by warmth, by energy. Okay? So if you're trying to be this pimp cold dude, ice cold motherfucker, I'm making fun of you, by the way, then you're not going to elicit any kind of warmth out of her. You're fucking your game up by reading too many pimp novels. Stay away from them goddamn pimp novels and pimp books. That's not your world. That's the worst thing you could read is pimp stuff. Especially to try for you guys to try to acquire the pimp mentality. I know it seems cool. It seems cool. But I've learned in dealing with the market here, it's just heading for a train wreck. Give the wrong idea, because if I could see you face to face, I would know who would actually benefit from that and who wouldn't. And very few people would actually benefit from adopting that mentality. Most of you guys are daters. You want to find love. You want to find your little mija, menina in Portuguese, your little baby girl. And I don't blame you. I just prefer you date a couple of those before you settle down with her. But unfortunately, some of you guys have that bad programming. So it is what it is. If you could just learn to relax. And I know a lot of you guys struggle with that. I was reading, I did a podcast show that I'm going to upload this morning. A fellow named True Soul. He went out to a weird club, like almost like a punk club, and this poor guy has trouble going out in public and relaxing. And he goes out alone. That's what makes it harder. And I used to go out alone in the beginning of my game when I was still weird. So I know what he's going through. You feel weird. And you don't realize you're being awkward just sitting there. Because when we go out alone, we think. We start thinking. Even though we try to stop, we still end up thinking too much. When you start thinking too much in a nightclub or any kind of setting, you look awkward. No woman wants to be around someone who's awkward. Okay? When you start thinking about her energy and the energy of the room and stuff like that, that means you're thinking. That means you already put yourself in an awkward space. And people can see it. Because normal people don't think that way. Normal people have a certain vibe and feel to them. And when you're thinking about their energy and all this kind of stuff, you don't step outside of that vibe. So now you feel awkward around to other people around you. Okay? Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people do. And I did that for a long time. Instead of dipping into the flow that they're in, the normals are in, and riding their flow and becoming part of them, to mask myself. And that's what most of you guys have to do. You got to learn to fool them. I'm taking this from Human Design when he talked about manifestors. We have to learn to fool them into thinking we're one of them. And that's what many of you fellas have to do, is fool them. We know you're fucked up and you're weird. Been there myself. But don't carry it with you everywhere you go. Learn to mask it. Okay? All right, fellas. I'm disappointed, didn't lose any weight this weekend. I increased my cardio to 30 minutes with a couple of blasts in there, and it's killing my lungs. But I like it. I'm going to keep doing so. I'm going to get to the gym, hit it up again to see if I can lose weight this week. But I did have some salty, tomato soup with salt in it. And that's probably what caused me to hold on to water. All right. Peace, fellas.